A long grand final awaits. TeD Cup 14 was an amazing tournament. From 16 players, we're down to 2, and we're gonna crown a new champion right here, right now. It's between Happy and LawLiet. We've seen this before. Last time, LawLiet was in the grand final. His opponent there was Lin, and in the end, it was a 4-3 victory. Last time's winner, Lin, just got the bronze medal. LawLiet, can he do this time, or will Happy reconquer the TeD Cup throne?
Yeah, I hope it's going to be a close series. I think it will be. From what I saw from LawLiet, he seems to be in killer shape at the moment, which he will need to be for Happy. This is Happy's strongest matchup, and I think it clearly is. The way he's been able to dominate here against almost every Night Elf for such a long time has been really impressive. Most recently in TeD Cup 12, where he faced Moon. There it was a 4-0, where Moon had zero chance. But for LawLiet, I am more hopeful.
Yeah, Moon seems to have a mental block A against Happy, and is also not the strongest versus Undead in general. LawLiet definitely a different beast. The past 3 encounters all went to Happy, but in best of 7s, it's oftentimes really close. In the grand finals, it's unfortunately oftentimes very one-sided, thinking back to Raraland and the big DreamHack. Is this a little more comfortable for LawLiet as he has, or as he's able to play at home? Currently the best Night Elf in the world according to the ELO ranking. Happy, of course, behind the legend that is X-Lord, rank 2 in the ELO ranking. And we start this best of 7 series on Autumn Leaves.
Autumn Leaves can make for a very interesting early game already. Lots of different creep routes, lots of different openings, also possible fast expansions. I think we got 9 maps in this map pool, right? Yeah. So 1 veto for each. Going to be interesting to see later on who decided on what. I would assume Happy perhaps vetoing Terranos, and LawLiet perhaps vetoing Turtlerock. But yeah, we start off with a Demon Hunter. No! Whoa! I didn't even check it! I was so sure it was going to be, but no, it's the Warden. I like it. LawLiet styling right away with his favorite hero.
Definitely unconventional. And I think this is what you have to bring to the table if you're up against Happy. This is LawLiet's style. No one else, except maybe Rezamoon, plays it in the world anymore. It's Demon Hunter, sometimes Keeper, but also very rarely. He's bringing the special flavor. With creeping on the left-hand side. If this is scouted, this can be punished. But at the moment, I don't think Happy has the best of ideas. He's checking the normal spot at the green. He checks the natural expansion. And now he's checking the upper left-hand side. But might be too late.
Happy has 2 options. He could allow LawLiet to do this and just go for a fast expansion himself, or be aggressive against it right away. Seems like he wants to be aggressive. If he just steals 1 of the creeps here, it's already kind of a win for him to prevent level 2 in the Warden. If he gets 2 creeps, it's sensational.
Okay, but against Shadow Strike, it's really not that easy. The pull against the creeps is working fine, though. Nicely manipulating the creeps. LawLiet gets the big Sasquatch.
Deny on the Acolyte. Happy, of course, doesn't want to give experience away to the Warden. Starts off with a double circlet. That's a great start. Found 1 and bought 1. And even if LawLiet doesn't get the full experience here, having these 2 items is so nice to have right now.
He's willing to trade all HP and all mana. This doesn't look too good thus far, as the Warden still stuck on level 1, 2 creeps still remaining. Wisps under pressure as well. But Happy has to fall all the way back for a dagger, I guess. His own aura isn't working. Ghouls are creeping, obviously. Warden can jump into the pool. Regen some HP, and second Engine of War at the natural.
Yeah, double Engine of War play. We've seen that from Wardens before. And yeah, the level 2 was late, but we'll still get it in time. Happy's also healing up with a Ritual Dagger, something he's certainly gonna need. Helps against the Warden nowadays. Back in the day, when you couldn't heal so much, Warden had an easier time. Good scout by LawLiet though as well. Sees what Happy's up to. And circlets are very much in fashion nowadays.
100%. Also boots and or a staff. No resources for a staff, but boots are definitely on the way. Happy creeping his way up as well. Circlet gloves for him. Constant healing on ghouls. And the tech is unfolding as well. 60% into Graveyard, no surprise there. Tech by LawLiet, obviously slightly behind thanks to that second Engine of War. Well, it's not slightly, it's definitely behind.
Oh. You were lagging there for a second.
Me?
I think not just you though. Yeah, it displayed you, but Happy had paused already. As of course, why yesterday we didn't play out this match already. Well, the semi-final that is, because we had some issues with the servers today. Things seem to be better, but sometimes there's some spikes.
Yeah, you don't want that in a grand final. Hopefully we don't have the same situation as yesterday. It was repaired according to the provider of the server. But you know how technology works. Or not works. Or sometimes works and then doesn't.
It's a crazy world. And LawLiet's ping acting up as well.
Okay. Seems to have stabilized for the players. And observers alike.
Are under attack.
Of course, time to reassess the situation. LawLiet has vision pretty much everywhere. Getting the Berserker now. Whoa, this feels sluggish. To me as well. Was I lagging again or is it for the players?
Yeah, after he paused, you lagged again.
So...
I haven't been feeling any of the lag for some reason.
now you
Normally-
lag. And Happy is lagging as well.
Oh. Weird.
Yeah, feels like the server is acting up. Awkward.
We were on the same server earlier, right? Must be.
Yeah, against Focus.
There, it mostly worked. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. Sometimes it takes a bit longer.
What do we do if it's broken again?
That's a good question.
So, wait, what was Fluxu saying yesterday? He gave us an explanation of what's happening. There's a problem with the accelerated line to Beijing and the provider is repairing it. Maybe they broke it again. For Glory Heaven, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 55 month already. That's of course the perfect time to check out back to warcraft.com/support as we're waiting for the game to continue.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to delay the grand final. It's going to be a fun best of 7, especially if we see more Warden.
Yeah.
Warden has certainly taken a back seat in this matchup. The Demon Hunter is the golden boy at the moment. Although we have seen some Night Elves move a bit away from it again, especially against Orc.
Yeah, it's seriously fun. I casted Rezamoon versus... who was it? Insub Wednesday night. Well, a glorious best of 3 series that lasted like 1 hour, 20 minutes or something. Wouldn't mind to have a full out best of 7 like that. Could take 3 hours or something, but...
Lag seems to be a bit persistent here.
We try. Wakaka! Thank you for the sub. Using the time well. So, LawLiet went for the pull. Got wisps everywhere. Archers in the position to creep up further. And the Warden is coming in for harass. Happy is slow. Happy is hurt. Warden has an opening now.
Oh, trying to go for the big play. Gets Shadow Strike on the DK. Okay.
Whoa, no blink. It's fan on knives and Shadow Strike. Pure damage.
Yeah. I think I like that. Especially when the undead first pushes you with the ghoul frenzy timing, which is to be expected normally. This helps to deal with the ghouls faster.
Oh, last time out. Can't play. Ping jumps to 1000. LawLiet's ping also 200. The thing is, this is the only server that we got for this matchup.
Yeah. Russia Central might work between the two, but it's going to be a nightmare for all the Chinese to connect to.
Yeah. Let's see if TeD is reaching out. Don't think so. Not yet, at least. How about we let both of them play against Computer Insane, and who finishes faster wins the map?
Or who has the higher score at the end.
Very good. Just buy 7.
100% tech.
Just get a 7 shredder. Get all the points for the resources. Easy win.
Yeah, double shredder. That's the thing in FFA I heard.
Depends a little bit if there's a timer or not. But yeah, shredder, very, very important. Thank you, Winu Fepon, for the 10-month resub.
Thank you.
Also, professional male boxer. Thank you for the tier 1 sub.
My man.
Yeah, I guess admins are hard at work. Worst case for us is we take a little break and then we could display Remo's patch notes review for you guys. But I don't think that's how the Chinese broadcast is working.
It's also weird now that Happy doesn't have timeouts anymore, so he can't pause the game anymore.
Yeah.
When it's lagging, it's always eh.
Yeah. Okay, sitting, waiting, wishing. Probably some WeChat communication happening that we are not involved in. Well, that is some time to maybe plug the finals that are coming up for War3 Champions. In the middle of May, we have probably the biggest War3 Champions finals ever, because not only do we have 1-on-1 with 16 players as per usual, we also have 2-on-2 with 8 teams, so that's 16 players plus 16 players, and we got FFA as well with more, so this is gonna be big. We need the prize pool to grow. Currently we're at 120 as the game is over and we'll resume. Yeah, so 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and FFA in the middle of May. Gonna be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, I'm gonna miss the first weekend because I'm gonna be sailing away. I'm gonna be back for the second one. Always gonna be a highlight for us, the War3 Champions season finals. When was the last time we saw 2v2? Did we ever?
Yes, we did. We had unfortunate events happening in that 2-on-2 match there, so we cut it for those reasons. It's been a while.
I don't even remember what happened.
That was that had a certain German undead player involved, and he paused the game because there was noise in the background, and he returned with, "She finally shut up."
Oh yeah. Oh,
that was horrible, and
oh my god,
Unacceptable behavior by the 2-2 players, but we give them another chance now. And so far, all 8 teams have already been confirmed. 1-2 is in charge. The teams are pretty damn exciting. So yeah, I love 2-2. And Remo, while you're not there for the first weekend, maybe I can already tell who's not replacing you. Who's trying to fill your shoes?
Who might that be?
It's the greatest coach in all of Warcraft. He joined us for the cast at Raraland already. It's Qbert.
Hell yeah, Qbert, proving again that all Warcraft 3 casters have to be undead. Very good.
Kind of little shot at Todd and Carson.
You know, thinking back, also Kaldor and many others, you know, undead is just the best.
Templar.
We got a new game up, by the way. I don't know if this is going to be a test or what.
Yeah, they just sent in the WeChat group that TeD will test the server with the players and then send the game name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, so sad. The game. I mean, of course, Warden is out now. It's been revealed. Creep Route has been revealed. It's gonna be really weird.
Yeah, the thing is, even when Happy came to punish, LawLiet still kind of dealt with it kind of well.
Yeah.
Forced the DK to back up, then crept it later, just delayed his creeping a bit.
Some Anaheim feeling right now. No, that was way worse. Oh, you're not laughing this time. Thank you. This time you put a little dagger in my heart again.
I can still remember your eyes tearing up. Do you remember, Neo? Do you remember?
You find my misery funny, huh? You're a great human being, Remo.
You think it's funny?
Great human being.
I think it's funny.
You'll go to hell.
Yeah, you know, you gotta see the positives in life, Neo. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta see the good and the bad.
But you see my bad and you laugh at that. What does that tell me?
I mean, it was bad for all of us.
It was the worst for me. No, it was the worst for me.
It was good for Moon, though.
Yeah. Worst for me, second worst for Thorzane, but we got justice. Chopper! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Much love. So server tests are on the way.
Yes.
What's in store next week? Do we know?
In TED's chat, a lot of people are saying Remo and Neo.
What?
I think they want us to not join the lobby. We are cursing them.
What?
Yeah.
That's mean.
Game's up.
Okay. Okay. Apparently we have a server.
Yep. It's the Russian server, which again should work well for the players. I wonder what it's going to be like for the ops, though. We'll have to see.
Well, worst case, they can use Flow TV. We can offer a restream to Doyu.
True.
Ultra 007, thank you for the Prime.
007. Who's going to be the next 007? Do we know? No, right? It's not been confirmed.
Maybe you.
Without any acting experience? Just become James Bond?
Well, then maybe Leon.
Leon. Oh, that's a good suggestion.
I think so too.
Out of famous actors, though, my favorite would have been Idris Elba. I think he would have been such a badass James Bond, but I think he turned down the role. Bad.
Maybe they can ask X-Lord. He's a perfect agent.
I don't know about that.
Can you imagine the action scenes?
He's a bit too lanky, I think.
That would be so funny. So, we got a game. Let's just rewind. Let's just pretend this never happened. Welcome to the grand final of TeD Cup 13, everybody. You missed absolutely nothing so far. The score is still set at 0-0. It's LawLiet versus Happy. Another grand final between the two so far. Things in grand finals between them, things always went Happy's way. It was the same at DreamHack. It was the same at Raraland. And Happy is definitely the favorite here. LawLiet, the challenger, the underdog. Can he do it this time and win 4 maps in one series versus Happy? It's gonna be a tough challenge, but he's up for the task. He eliminated Lin yesterday. Can he eliminate one of the gods today?
Yeah, it's interesting. Earlier, before the lag out, we saw a Warden play. This one looks different. Nope, it's still a Warden. Okay. And our Chinese observers are dropping like flies. Yeah, that's unfortunately the case with the obs. But the good thing for us is it's not behind the Chinese firewall. So here we are. It is the Warden, but at the green camp. And Happy, by the way, going for a TeD Fiend opening. Sort of, but actually not for a graveyard. Just with a fast altar, delayed ghouls. Okay.
So I really like that LawLiet is switching up the creep route. Happy, we've been in this situation before where the series has reset. And he has no mercy, dude. He plays as if his opponent is doing the same as he did before in the game and then punishes it hard, no matter the first game. So this is different, this is safer, this is less likely to get punished.
He brings out 2 ghouls aggressively right away, so Happy is ready to be aggro right out the gate. But since this is the easier camp, LawLiet might be able to finish the whole thing before Happy arrives. Yeah, indeed, so Happy changes his mind and goes for a bit of creeping himself. But with the ghouls involved in this creeping, I think Happy's tech is going to be very late then.
Yeah, he has displayed this before that he doesn't really mind attacking late. He can still do a lot of damage. He can still create distractions for his opponent, especially in the matchup versus Night Elf. Super important to get rid of this Acolyte. The creeps can't be manipulated. I mean, the information is out. There is an Engine of War. Creeping will happen at the bottom right-hand side. But at least no steals and no creeps against him.
Expansion for Happy. Maybe.
What? Oh.
He's got an Acolyte. He's got a skull.
Okay.
Scout by LawLiet. Oh, that was a quad detonate.
Ooh,
There was 5. There was a quint detonate. He got 5 skellies.
Super rare to see that happening to Happy. Usually he always splits them or attacks the Whisper 4, Novas them, coils them, I mean. And LawLiet reacting immediately. This is mass Hansu.
Okay. Snap decision. Huntress is coming. With the Warden, though, it's not as strong as it would be with a Keeper. With lots of Treants and Entangle. The Warden, even if she gets level 3, her power won't be the same. And she's not level 3 yet. Happy now wants to be aggressive himself. He is strong on level 2 already. Unlike the Warden, who needs a bit more time.
Exactly. Didn't decide yet if Blink or Shadow Strike in the first attempt. It was, Fan of Knives. So this is gonna be a lot more about harass, and Happy gets the surround out. Hides for now, creating more time for the hunts.
Where are the APs coming? There must be APs involved in this. And Happy should be aware.
There isn't a
I'm surprised that he's not scouting more.
Edge and Protector up at pretty much exactly 12 o'clock. Warden obviously stuck.
A player's forces are under
Has
attack.
dust now. And blinks away immediately, distracting, buying time for the AP, gathering his troops in the north.
I'm very surprised Happy isn't scouting outside the main. This is very standard Night Elf play to be setting up APs either outside the expansion or outside the main base. And Happy is scouting nowhere. nowhere outside the main. It's really hard on Autumn Leaves to cover everything because there's so much room outside the bases to set stuff up. But Happy's literally scouting nowhere for this. Now he is, but it's too late.
That is too little. That is too late. Attacking the Wisp before AP. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is stressful. Hunters gathered, Warden underleveled, Happy immediately retreating to deal with these APs.
A player's forces are under attack.
Bring in all the ghouls. But smart play by LawLiet. He was eating from the trees already, so now the AP is regenerating HP and is very hard to bring down.
So many ghouls though. 35 food. Hunters have to do the heavy lifting. Warden can't do it all by herself.
I guess it's enough damage. It's just too many ghouls. First AP goes down. Second one can be cancelled pretty easily, it seems like.
Yeah, wonder if it would have been better to let the APs grow and attack at the expansion. But it's getting difficult to fight with the ghouls as Huntress numbers are growing.
Warden getting closer to 3 as well, but he's not quite there yet. With the graveyard finishing, Happy can go for towers and perhaps more importantly for fiends. I think the second crypt is a bit too late by Happy, but everything else so far in the defense for the Russian is looking very good.
All in, of course. This game will not go super long. All onto the crypt is a little bit weird. Forces Acolyte repair, but here is the ghoul army. Expansion kinda secured with towers.
Forces are under attack.
That's about it. Is LawLiet running out of steam already?
Lots of wisps coming. This is it. AP is going to be slapped down, and the Huntress is trying to keep them safe. The Huntress goes down here. That's level 3 for the DK, by the way. And he gets it. Secures it with a coil.
Another detonate against the skeleton. Little bit of mana as well. And here we go. Oh, LawLiet, a little bit of a gardener, but too aggressive. Cancelled right away. Ghoul's a bit out of position, but Happy's buying time for fiends.
Yeah, very important to have the second crypt finish. If LawLiet gotten the cancel there, that would have been big, but the crypt is now up, and Happy can go for so many fiends and upgrades. Look at the gold on Happy. He's got so much he can work with here. There's not even any AP standing yet. LawLiet, he is falling apart at the seams. This is just, yeah, not scary enough. Warden simply not the best hero for a push like this.
Yeah, the carry of this push so far, the Huntress, making it so the ghouls can't really attack. This crypt might be a liability if Happy's not able to keep them safe, and the Warden says hello with Shadow Strike, a little bit of hunt focus. But yeah, this is almost mission impossible.
Yeah, the Fiends coming out now are going to be so strong against the Huntresses. Of course, Happy's always fighting on Blight, which is a huge advantage for him. And he's got towers in the back. If he needs, he can fall back to them. But Happy's fighting out in the open at the moment. Not too many Fiends yet, but this will change quickly with a double crypt. Would love to see some attack upgrades as well for these Fiends. Finally, though, APs will finish, and Happy can't go for a Slaughterhouse without tier 2.
Exactly. Can also go for one attack upgrade, obviously, but yeah, he's spending his gold and he got so much. He's at 50 already. He's going into upkeep in this defense.
Alright, doing some good damage against the Fiends, but back here next to the towers, Happy is very secure. That's one of the Fiends with a Ritual Dagger.
Two Fiends falling. Problem is, how do you heal up that ward now?
Yeah, needs a heal scroll really badly, does LawLiet. Doesn't want to have to TP away. One more AP seems to be getting cancelled.
Needs to hide in the safety of the APs, but in the meantime, Huntress are falling. All out battle here. 16 supply happily, and that's just growing because it's easily killable. These hunts now also hurt. There's no way Happy's gonna lose this.
Yeah, there's 2 AP standing, but he doesn't care. GG is called. Happy. Nowadays rarely seen with a fast expansion, but he notices that it's the perfect play against the Warden. Fast expansion is hard to do against Keeper. Nowadays also hard to do against Demon Hunter, but not that hard to do against the Warden.
Unfortunate! Could he have not harassed the expansion a little more? While distracting in the north, a lot of ifs, of course, what happens if we don't rehost this, etc, etc. But fact of the matter is, Happy won, LawLiet 0.
Long series here, of course. LawLiet still has a good chance to come back, but it's one of the better Warden maps, I would say. Not the very best one. We have better ones. Especially Twisted Meadows is amazing. Terranos Stand is amazing. One of those two, though, I'm pretty sure Happy vetoed, both of which would be a good veto. Other than that, we also have Echo Isles in the mix. Outside of that, it should be mostly Demon Hunter, I think, unless there's a return to Keeper again. But I never felt like LawLiet ever loved the Keeper so much in this matchup.
Yeah, that was Moon. That was also maybe even colorful to a degree. But LawLiet was always very sold on the Demon Hunter, on Warden, of course. I don't see that changing, really. Echo Isles, we've seen huge games between these two on this map, between LawLiet and Labyrinth. And this is a different one, because this is where you usually see Gargs.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy loves playing fast expansion on this map. It is super strong on Echo Isles. And then, rather than trying to go for a Fiend timing at around 70, which the Night Elf can hold with strong heroes, he wants to take it really late, with tons of Gargs, with upgrades, and trying to counter the Panda with gold. That's a counter to Panda. Just more gold for more heal scrolls. And we've seen that work plenty of times.
Okay, game number 2. Can LawLiet pull himself together and make this a series, tie it up? I really think that Happy can break you mentally if he takes an early lead, an early high lead. 1-0 is still doable. 2-0? This feels like almost unwinnable already. All right. Echo Isles, expansion time, Gargoyle time, 100 supply time. Let's get it on.
And looks like LawLiet is moving towards the Merc camp. We'll be creeping this one fast. Get a level 2 Demon Hunter right out the gate. And allow Happy to easily expand. On this map, I think even if you play aggressive with level 1 Demon Hunter, I don't think you can stop the expansion. On most maps you can, especially on Last Refuge. Perhaps even on Tight Hunters, but here it's not really doable. It's so far to go, the Undead can just take a step back, creep something else that's easier to do, and then expand a little bit later while you are stuck on level 1. So the safe play seems to be creep the demon as much as you can, power him up as much as you can, and go for a fast counter expansion. If Happy goes for the expansion, which seems likely, then it's going to be all about the counter expo timing for LawLiet.
And later on about shop control as well. You don't want to give the Undead too many of these heal scrolls, but that's further down the road. And it is a Demon Hunter. Not trusting in the Warden on this map, that has been different in the past as well.
Yeah, I think especially if you want to play a fast counter expo, the Demon is better because he's just a lot better on level 2. With the mana burn and the immolation to deal with the Ghoul Flood, I think he's going to be the much better choice there before the Warden really finds her potential. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see Happy creep level 2 quickly and then go hyper aggro, even willing to sacrifice a ton of ghouls to slow down the expansion timing. For that, crisp execution is going to be needed, which of course both players have.
Who has the better one? Who has the better strats? Who has the better decision making? Wait, is that an early shop or is it just a 21 supply trick kind of thing? As he gets the Shadow Priest, very, very important. And now we'll soon see what Happy is up to. Got a skull in his inventory, so yeah. Very likely we see him expand. He rarely does anything else on this map.
First big item for LawLiet, what's it gonna be? Parry up, always good for the Demon Hunter. And I would expect him to start the expansion here before the tech. Try to get it up as quickly as he can.
Claws up for Happy. Expansion as you called very early on. And immolation on the way. Against the Murlocs, of course. Super duper mega fast. There's lots of targets. And you can see in the hero damage department. That feels good. Does cost mana. Does cost HP. So he has to retreat. And Happy. A ghoul run by in the north.
Yeah, he's trying to find the counter expansion, he's trying to find the cancel, and he's hoping to get one kill for level 2. If LawLiet can prevent losing anything, he will be able to force the DK to stay level 1, which would be super strong, but hard to accomplish.
Oh, Happy with a huge commitment. But yeah, why not? This is so hard to hold level 2 on the DK. Shadow Priest wiped out immediately. Feels like he's reading LawLiet like a book.
Happy knew exactly what was coming. This Tree of Life is definitely going to be cancelled. Ghouls get the destruction. They hide next to the trees where the immolation can't reach them all. That's really cool. And the DK and some skellies are forcing the other units away. Excellently done here by Happy. So far, he buys a lot of time.
Yeah, his expo is coming up. It's at 2/3. Another Shadow Priest right there. The Moonwell came up okay, so there's a little bit of healing possible. But yeah, this is very, very dominant. Another coil in just 5, 3, 2, 1. Not going for it here. Almost level 3 Demon Hunter though.
Town is under siege. A
There's
player's
a
forces
ghoul
are
so
under
far,
attack.
by the way.
Not sure.
I'm not sure. The demon got close to level 3 though, so maybe 1 or 2 ghouls died. But honestly, it would be worth sacrificing a bunch of ghouls for this cancel, which we didn't even see. Happy in a stellar position here. He's going to be mining in just a minute. Of course, his tech is later. The demon are trying to get some kills. Staffing onto the wisp, trying to find the hurt ghouls. That's pretty cool. That's level 3. But economically, he's still far behind.
A player's forces are under attack.
Has to expand on the spot at some point. The tier 2 is not even that far ahead. Crazy. And LawLiet is not going for the ghouls. He's going for the Murloc camp with Immolation too. So for him, it's a little bit of a creeping game now.
Another circlet. That's very nice. The DK is behind in experience, but not too far away from 3. Looking for the creep jack at the opponent's natural. Happy now on the way to tier 2. We got a graveyard coming as well. And yes, we expect gargoyles.
Yeah, why not? Against the Demon Hunter, you can't use Immolation against air.
A player's forces
All your anti-air is pretty fragile.
Oh, DK surrounded!
Okay.
Oh,
Can fight out, probably. Yeah, with the Shadow Priest dead. That was a lot of damage, though.
if the demon had run into the position of the Shadow Priest, maybe could have kept it closed, but that did not come to be. Ghouls kept creeping little camps as well. Happy is now level 3. That's the level he
player's
needed.
forces are under attack.
Gonna go for Boots of his own? Maybe. Yeah.
Well, well. Demon Hunter on the way to 4 needs to retrain at a certain point. Happy with the steal. But Expo is coming. Is it too late? It feels like it is, but never count out LawLiet. He's a trickster.
Happy's bringing out the ghouls. 5 of them. If they get the cancel
Player's
again,
forces are
LawLiet's
under
in
attack.
deep, deep trouble. Is this enough damage though? Oh, the DK got the telestaff. He's trying to force the demon to follow him around and then staff to the other side of the map. But LawLiet sniffs out that something is up. I think he saw the ghouls. He knows what's happening.
Yeah, and he has a telestaff himself. He just wanted to go to the tavern. The Panda was there. And here we go. Panda's gonna be in position. Berserker's in position. Engine of War is there, but hurt. Demon Hunter cannot be surrounded, of course. If you surround a level 2 immolation, that's a problem on top of Breath of Fire. And that push has been held.
Yeah. Nicely done by LawLiet. Gets the Panda in position. The DK struggling against the creeps here.
Oops. But yeah, problematic is that Gargs are coming. I think it's only 2 crypts. Could definitely be more.
I guess first gonna go to 50, camp a bit, get some upgrades, and then maybe get the next crypt later.
LawLiet is going lore and wind at the same time. How do we like that? Double
Double
wind.
wind? Ooh. Double wind and lore. Most of the time it seems to me like Hippogriffs can't beat Gargs in the hands of Happy. But I've seen also LawLiet play them very, very well. Maybe there is a micro opportunity to actually take out Gargs in the end.
I'm happy he's repositioning because he knows there's dust. He's not getting caught. Oh, this was so close! Perfectly done. Perfectly done by Happy.
Yeah, very sick. Sentry wards could also be quite helpful. Staffing north, the Lich is here, and we continue to creep. Demon Hunter with a very fast level 4 though. This could be a fast level 5 Demon Hunter this game, and perhaps even a level 6.
Happy continuing to creep, so's the Lich. Claw's nice, of course. The problem is, if you go hippos early, they can't do anything but attack Gargs, so they won't help you in creeping, won't help you against ghouls at all, can't harass really. The sole purpose is to take out Gargs.
It's always a bit scary for the Night Elf as well. If you overcommit on Hippogriffs and Happy just switches into Fiends, that also won't feel too good. But Happy seems to be committing heavily into Gargs as well, at least for now. In this kind of a game, upgrades will be very important. Gargs about to be 2-1 very soon. LawLiet needs to follow suit with the upgrades.
This is 3 upgrades prior to the 10-minute mark. That is nuts. Okay, we get level... tier 3 is done now as well. So LawLiet could go bears if he wants to. Can go orbs for sure.
Happy's getting a lot of creeping in. Normally the Night Elf with the strong Demon Hunter will have map control in the mid game before under this tier 3 and will be able to pull ahead in experience, but look at the Panda. He's only barely level 2. The Lich is even slightly ahead of the Panda. This is not the norm at all. And LawLiet's position is not looking that promising, I think, unless he really, really amazes us with a Hippo Micro.
Yeah,
That's what he has to do.
Problem is, Dreadlord is coming, Frenzy, Stone Form, more Garg, 70 food. Now that he's on tier 3, he can of course go for heal scrolls against the Breath of Fire. Doesn't even really need it, or need that many, because the Panda is so underleveled. And there's only one spot left on LawLiet's side, that's the Turtle. Needs to creep it solo, no other chance.
Yeah, and you mentioned it with the Hippos. No help in creeping at all. You don't have bears, you don't have too many Dryads, just a handful of ground units here. It looks like a rough game for LawLiet, man. This is by no means easy. Anyway.
Lich level 3. Perfect creeping. Claws +9. This Lich is a monster. And the Dreadlord... Oh, he's not creeping the Panda solo.
He's gonna staff out the demon? Sometimes?
Oh, Bone Chimes. That's massive.
He's not getting level 3 Panda! LawLiet, what?
Is indeed a problem. But Bone Chimes are fantastic.
True. I can't believe he didn't give the Panda the level 3.
He
Such a big deal.
He must have a plan. How to get level 3.
He's got upgrades coming now, finally. But Happy's at 2-1 already, closing in on 80 supply. He's got the stats, he's got the guard, he's got the tri-hero. And Happy scales super well with levels.
Yeah. We see a Keeper third for Thorns Aura. So it's gonna be Vamp and Thorns versus only Vamp, but probably later on higher level. And of course, heal scroll advantage. LawLiet's not gonna be ready for when this push hits.
LawLiet has 7 Hippogriffs right now. Against a lot more Gargoyles. Plus Nova.
Needs to burn, needs to stall. He got Hippos with Roar. Off we go. Lack of Thorns is problematic. Heal scroll, protection scroll. This is all fine and dandy, but the Demon Hunter might be out of that fight in a second. And so is the army of LawLiet. Absolutely trampled on. No chance.
Yeah. I was hoping to get surprised. But we didn't get surprised. Because the Undead has a faster expansion, of course, just has much more production, much more early. And when it comes to Hippos versus Gargs, the numbers are really important. The numbers for the Hippos weren't there, neither the upgrades. this was kind of a stomp. But maybe the level 1 keeper can turn it around.
Nope.
Nope.
Dude, if you take a screenshot of Happy's army right after the fight and ask someone, was there just a fight happening or not? A lot of people would probably say nope. Everything was healthy, nothing was dead, 80 food throughout the entire game. 2-0 Happy, dominating fashion. Very rare that someone can beat him on Echo Isles with that strat.
Yeah, true. When was the last time?
I feel like
it's been a while.
Yeah, I feel like it was a LawLiet game. Could have been a Foggy game, but that's way down the path. Different patch, different balance.
Yeah. Maybe people have to start playing Keeper again, at least on Echo Isles, so that the undead can't expand. Because, yeah, I've seen plenty of games now like this. And Happy doesn't even have to go for that timing. I've seen him go to 90 supply before with 5 heal scrolls. And then you don't even care about the panda.
Yeah. You don't even care about anything. You just A-click and run away, get a T. Well, someone has to click for the heal scrolls, I guess. Probably your dog or your cat or a pigeon. Someone can do it.
And that is Happy up 2-0 in the grand final. Pressure mounting quickly on LawLiet.
Twisted Meadows is next. If there's a map where a Night Elf can do something, that's it. Thank you, Herr for the 5-month resub. Well, some balance talk. Twisted Meadows. Do it, LawLiet. Make this a series. Happy has a tendency to go for fast expansions here as well, but on this map it's of course a lot bigger, a lot more experience to be gathered, a lot more space to outmaneuver your opponent, to dodge your opponent, and to build up to 5 expansions.
Yeah, and this is a great Warden map. I think this might be even better than Terrastand. I think this map is absolutely amazing for Warden, and if the undead fast expands, which is a possibility, you can counter-expand pretty easily here with Warden, because it's so far away from the undead side. I think this is actually one of the best Night Elf maps nowadays, out there, especially with Warden, at which LawLiet is the master, and there she is. This is the best chance perhaps for LawLiet to at least get on the board, and I think now it's up to Happy to have a smart counterplay to help to play against this Warden style.
Yeah, against Colorful's Warden, especially on these spawn positions, he has very heavy harass builds to go for the mercenary camp, steal as much experience as possible, maybe even items, and players like Colorful, also Moon, fall to the harass already. LawLiet, you gotta be ready for that.
Acolyte sees the pull happening. Happy could have decided to go for the Shadow Priest, but doesn't do it. Pulls back the Acolyte, which might signify an expansion.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me too much. Creep spot getting engaged. And off we go. Big mana potion would be huge. Slippers would be huge. It's a big spot and yeah, no harass at all. That does surprise me.
LawLiet should try to set up a Tree of Life as fast as it can in the north, I think. There's already a Wisp in position. And this could be just a fast expo on both sides, which could then lead to a long game. There's plenty of creeps on this map. You can go for all the heroes you want here. But the Warden? Okay, she is heading south. Got some okay items, I suppose. But running to the main base first.
Alright. Ooh, I hope he has a great plan. He has to. And great items. And was it... Did Happy play Island expansion last time I casted a game like this? Was that Happy? I'm not sure, but it's definitely a possibility these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Warden trying to create space. LawLiet knows he's unlikely to get too many kills here, perhaps even unlikely to get a single one. The DK here ready for the coil, but he's trying to buy time for the expansion. We see it now coming in the north. The nighttime is covering it, and I'm pretty sure Happy knows that this is most likely what's happening.
Oh yeah, it was Happy
Player's
versus
forces are
Moon.
under
Thank you, Santesa, for reminding me. That was nasty. Okay, Tech and Expo pretty much at the same time. Same goes for Happy soon. LawLiet bought some time. This is already better than Equals.
With the Ancient of War having eaten through the trees, continue to creep here at the green, get more experience, and slowly climb towards level 3. Of course, level 4 and 5, as we know, is where the Warden really starts to come into her own. Still a bit away from that, but it already feels like this game is going to take a while, take us into the very late stages, and we're going to see some high-level heroes in the end.
And that's the way we love our Warcraft. There's already Wisps on position on the western side for more expansions, also towards the laboratory to check if what's going on there. Happy expansion only at 50%. Warden racing up. Boots already. Would love to see a staff down the road, of course. Happy still can't tech because he's still building acolytes. That's a big advantage for LawLiet.
A player's forces are under attack.
Beautiful creep route by LawLiet. Perfectly managed to get the level 3 at the right time. Happy is he getting it as well? Not yet. Needs just a little bit more.
Okay. This looks like a playable game then. This should also be the tech. Oh, they're building another one. There. Now it should be the tech. And ghouls are moving out. Happy trying to find the damage, but Ancient of War is in position for either creep or scout. Archers here. Mercenaries are here.
A player's forces
It looks
are under
defendable.
It's selling the tier 2 by a long time. You can see he bought the boots and also made the necro before the tech. Feels like he could have started the tech first and then go for the other stuff.
Wants to be safe.
I'm so worried. That's a big lead. Wow, that's a huge tech lead for LawLiet.
Yeah,
He's just go for the panda easy.
it's an entire tech that he's ahead. So lots of leveling on the panda possible. Level 3 Warden is already there. That's what you want. That's what you need. But Happy, he just has eyes in the north. 12 o'clock. Off we go onto the tree.
The Warden's level 3. He's got some units. Seems like LawLiet should be able to defend this. One ghoul goes down as well. Coil too late.
Going for the Warden here. There's Blink though. Catching a lot of hits on the hero.
Yeah, both players targeting the hero.
Weird position. You want to spam that Shadow Strike. You don't want to be forced into Blink. Nicely maneuvering out of that surround. Shadow Strike, Coil.
Oh!
But yeah,
Death! Wait, what?
Death Pact.
He's got level 1 coil?
Yes, 1-1-1 build. Off
my
we
God.
go. We can still slaughter all the wisps here. The DK is safe. LawLiet maybe did not expect this. And the ghouls are ravaging that expansion now. Warden's back after healing up, but that was big kills for Happy. Of course, he's stuck with the 1-1-1 build now.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably a big downside later. Happy going to do big damage now though. And looks like he's gonna be getting the entangled. Just barely gonna have the damage. Take that one out and it slows down the economy a lot for LawLiet.
Alright, but the tech is running towards tier 3. Still no second hero. That worries me a little. The panda could have gone a long way here. Ghouls still attacking. Once again, trying to counter this expansion for the second time.
Heavy come in by Happy with the ghouls, as far as lumber goes and all that. Maybe sacrificing a bit too many ghouls, but yeah, Happy is mining and mining, continues to do so. But LawLiet getting ready for the mass expo play. On the left-hand side, we get a new Tree of Life coming, and Happy's nowhere close to a third base.
Not yet. Can always jump to the rat spot or islands. DK now trying to cut this entangled gold mine with Frostborn only, but that works better versus wisps. We see Garks. Almost
Indeed.
surprises me.
The Gargs, very good on this map. You're very mobile. You can run everywhere, creep the big camps fast, especially easy to get to the islands as well.
True.
If the
So
Warden rescales into Fan of Knives with Breath of Fire alongside it, might be a bit tough later on, but I
feel like he needs that breath of fire. He needs that drunken haze. And yeah, Panda is up. Expansion is mining. Happy gold lead. LawLiet tech lead. And of course, it's the optimal build on the DK. If that expansion on the left-hand side works quickly, LawLiet is in a good position. Vamp Aura again.
Agents of Wind though this time. No Hippogriffs. Not yet, anyways. And LawLiet seems to have a nice little lead. Got a lot of experience. The Warden, level 4 now, and this is where she becomes really mobile with that cheap blink. And feels like Happy needs to catch up here in creeping and levels.
He's trying to, and he's in a good spot for that. He got the shop here, he got the red, he got the lab, and the expansion on the right-hand side. Plus the option to push that expansion again if he so desires, but I think that's not that likely. Very tanky DK, not too much damage on the Lich. On the other side, we have of course the Vamp Aura, which is helpful later on. As he kept it, I think kind of an indicator that he wants to go melee units later. Orb online for the Warden. And Happy not moving towards the upper right for experience, but rather moves back to the mercenary camp.
More and more gargoyles coming, more and more upgrades coming, especially when Destroyer form is finished. Happy can creep, for example, the red camps. Super easy. And there we can get big items. This is Twisted Meadows after all. Casino Warcraft. Item drops here can be crazy. And that can be a problem for dual hero play in the late game, because LawLiet will be running out of inventory space kind of quickly.
True, we've seen him in the past go for backpack on mountain giants, for example, to play around that. We're then carrying the heal scrolls and Ilbo potions. Happy decides to go for tri-base once again with the Dreadlord, just like he did on Equals. 3 bases this time for LawLiet. They're growing, but Happy, that is the laboratory. That could be the Zeppelin. That could be the rat spot.
Absolutely. Could be 3 bases for both of our players. Next big item for Happy. Gonna find Lionhorn. Always good.
More armor on everything. Rat spot. What do we got here for LawLiet? Amulet of Spell Shield. Fantastic against Coil Nova.
Yeah. Also against the Dreadlord, by the way. That's how Happy always wants to fight nowadays. Sleep the Panda, prevent the Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze combo, and engage into the fight with the lead. Oh, but now the Panda stuck out in the open without his friend the Warden.
Don't want to take that fight. There is a TP. Can get out. Not without losses. No staff on the Panda, so 2 free kills. And Happy wants to go for the push. Are these expansions ready? An AP on each side against Garg Harass. But they might not be ready.
Alright, first test for LawLiet. Are the heroes strong enough? The Panda will have to do a lot, along with the Warden, I guess. Happy seems to have the stronger army, especially when it comes to the upgrades. LawLiet perhaps could even afford to give up this expansion. It seems like he's going to give it up indeed. Still has the other expert here.
Okay, but that didn't do too much. Pretty big investment. He had to delay other stuff because of it, like upgrades, for example, where he has 0, 0, 2, 1 for Happy, triple Ancient of Wind, and a Hunter's Hall for additional upgrades. Second Hunter's Hall.
He was banking on the 3 base economy. With only 2 base economy, you can't support all of this, but well, he's got it now. Sitting at 151 supply though. The Idol's army is still looking tiny.
Yeah, Happy might even be able to finish the game at the moment. Warden soaking up experience for level 5. Panda right next to her. That's still enough is the question. Riju running. Oh, but Happy knows exactly where LawLiet is. Very important to get this level 5 here.
Drunken Hail is immediately dispelled with a stone form, and LawLiet is going to be taking the fight here as it seems, despite his army being so much smaller. Maybe trying to buy time for more reinforcements as well. Warden in trouble, might be going down, couldn't be staffed, couldn't blink out fast enough. Oh, that's a huge loss. Level 5 hero drops, and again the sleep coming into play big time.
Happy's just making move after move. double the supply. Same income. Feels like LawLiet is not that scary today. The genius moves, the flawless execution, it's just not there. And Happy just does Happy things. Creepjack, why didn't he TP out earlier?
A player's force
Feels like a mistake.
And that third base perhaps also a bit too greedy. Going for the Shredder and the second Hunter's Hall and the wins. You know, he tried to do so much at the same time, but just didn't have enough army fast enough to go up against the undead forces. At least the Warden is back. Grandfinal of Knives, not looking that scary.
No, not at all. Without Panda backup, no chance. Second base wiped out. Happy is jumping from one objective to the next. And is also getting another base up. LawLiet suspecting this with an archer in the bottom right, but it's not in the bottom right. We just continue. Happy just continues his rampage.
I mentioned the TeD Cup 12 not too long ago against Moon. It was a 4-0 in the Grand Final. I thought that no way would it be this one-sided today. But so far, it's looking all happen.
Yeah, LawLiet. Silver medals over and over and over, but in the Grand Finals he can oftentimes not play his ultimate best, and he's getting overwhelmed, and that expansion is scouted once again. Happy has an easy time getting further and further ahead.
Getting some kills here with the Blink Fan, but only against ghouls, which don't really matter that much anymore. We got a lot of bears for LawLiet, but how is that going to help him against the gargoyles?
Well, if you dodge fights and go for bases, but how do you get there? Not with Zeppelins against all these Gargs.
I guess LawLiet is counting on his AoE spells from the heroes to deal with all the gargoyles. But Happy has triple heal scroll against them.
Town is under siege.
Yeah. Remove heal scrolls from undead shops, please.
Somebody balance the game! Oh, got a Garg. Alright, Happy now on Blight. Here he's willing to fight, perhaps.
He did get some damage done here. Did get some kills. If LawLiet wants to win this, he has to rely on ultimates. But how to get there?
Happy's got the 3-3 upgrades coming for the
Town
Gargs.
is under siege.
Frost Runes would be super sick, by the way, in this kind of a game. Would
A player's force
send Happy up to 100 supply, which you can sort of afford. Being on 3 bases here, Happy's very rich. LawLiet is back up to 2 mining bases again. He never is able to kill that supply gap.
3-3 upgrades almost finished. This is another base taken out with ease. Okay, LawLiet trying to defend this, forcing a town portal. But perfectly calculated, of course, getting the entangled done. No additional income anymore. And it's 3 base versus 1 currently.
Happy still banking up. He's got 2 towers coming at the 3rd. But maybe LawLiet has the window here to break the base before Happy arrives with his army. But that's the thing about Gargs. They're so fast, so easy to make it across this big map.
And as you say it, he's in position once again. No chance here. In the meantime, scouting in the upper right was done as well, where another Entangled Goldmine is coming up. LawLiet played very, very well from behind. Always fan of Knives, Drunken Haste, Breath of Fire to get some kills in, to get closer to level 5 Panda, to level up that Warden, but is never really in a position to go for Acolytes to level that Warden up to 6 like he used to.
Spell damage really starting to stack up. Happy is kiting backwards, trying to drain mana out of the Knight of Heroes. But LawLiet is managing his mana very well. The double robe also helped with that. Warden now pretty low mana, but you can be staffed, heal up from the Moonwells, staff in. We've seen it before. But Happy is willing to slow down the game and enjoy his 3 base economy.
And Ghoul run by in the north. Easy kill. Acolyte scout on the upper right hand side. He's just always there. He got his eyes everywhere. Even without a shade. It's insane. And even for the big fights, like 4 heal scrolls, 3 upgrades. How are you supposed to deal with this? I think this is the state of the game where there seriously is no way of defeating this army anymore.
If both Knight of Heroes get level 6, there is certainly a way. But we are far away from that at the moment. Happy trying to take out the Haunted or the Entangled. You can see when 2 hippos are left by themselves, they just get immediately eviscerated.
Yeah, like you can't even see them. It's too fast, and both Expo cancelled. Man, these ghoul run-bys, it's excellent. The multitasking. And now he's expanding there, because why not? He got the resource, he got the time, he got the space. Occupy Twisted.
High upkeep now for Happy. He's gonna have a huge army, fully upgraded, lots of heal scrolls. Only thing missing here, honestly, I think is Frostburns. For the perfect kind of an army, perfect kind of a game. He sees his nuke, it's not looking too shabby. Falling over on the Panda, took a lot of damage. But we got the rejuve.
The thing is, the little bit of damage that LawLiet is doing is kind of fine in these fights, but Happy is always pulling back, not even using the heal scrolls against the nuke. He's just using the statue, and that's it. Like, no kills done. Sleep against the Panda. Drunken Haste with a fire, that was fine. That's a heal scroll. 2 heal scrolls burned, actually. But it's straight up fine. It's still impossible.
Happy has the gold, has the heal scrolls to chew through the Panda or to face tank the Panda's damage. And the Dryas is getting destroyed one by one. They have good upgrades by now, but not as good as the Gargoyles and the Bears. The Bears don't seem to be doing much at all. Doing a bit of damage to the heroes on the ground, but not enough by any means. In the mass air style, it's working out really well again.
100 supply, man. He didn't even lose too much. He's rebuilding 3 Gargs and he's back at 100 supply. It's just phenomenal. And I wouldn't even... Yeah, there's another Acolyte coming.
A player's forces
God,
are
5
under
bases. Against 0, as the main base is empty.
Yeah. It's hard to think of an answer right now against Happy's Mass Gargoyle style. To be fair, nobody else can play it like him. But when you see him play it, you wonder, like, why isn't everybody else playing this?
Yeah. Kinda good that nobody else plays it. This is nasty. Only on a handful of maps is this doable, but if you get the Expo up, man, game's almost over. But also, knocking down these expansions left, right, top right. Always got the perfect amount of ghouls to cancel them, always have the perfect timings, always have the perfect trades. This is, it's looking really gnarly.
Yeah, very, very impressive start by Happy into this grand final. Map 3 seems to be all but certainly going to the undead as
player's
well.
forces are under attack.
LawLiet suffering at the hands of Happy. Again. It's not something that's entirely new to him. But there's still a chance, there's still a hope left alive, and that's the heroes. If he gets a good engage, if he gets a lot of kills, soon to be level 3 Breath of Fire, maybe the ults can save him.
Yeah, this is the way you want to play the Warden pretty much from the get-go with his Echo Harass. But, yeah, I think the good thing about the 3 running expansion is you can choose your targets to a degree. But maybe not for much longer. 30 supply lead.
The Dryas are dying very quickly, seemingly much faster than the Gargoyles. We have 2 full groups of Gargoyles attacking different targets. Panda did make it to 5, but now the Dryas are forced away from the Panda. He slept, he can't do too much damage. He's fighting a bit of Breath of Fire in between, but Happy has so many heal scrolls. Oh, and a little spell shield protected the Warden. Twisted has to back up.
Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire again. 1 heal scroll remaining. Warden about to fall. 60 HP only. He calls it. It's too much. He lost half of the supply. Happy still at 90. at that stage. He was just overwhelming, as he's overwhelming so far on every single map they play on. Third map, third win. Happy one step away from the championship.
Very impressive play by Happy, again underlining just how damn good he is in this matchup. And you know, in the past, when he played on Twisted Meadows, he was playing the Fiend style, he had big issues going up against Colorful and other Night Elves, where the Fiend push timing doesn't seem to work out too well, but the Gargoyles are back in the meta on some maps. I think if LawLiet, though, hadn't been too greedy and had a bigger army earlier to protect the third base, this could have been a playable game by him. Once he lost the third, that's when he was behind. And Happy rarely ever gives up a position like that.
Yeah, that was incredibly greedy, just like it was a little bit on map 1 as well. But Happy punishes greed always, almost always. Twisted Meadows always results in an avalanche at the end of the game as you get further and further and further ahead with that 4 bases. I mean, obviously that wasn't winnable for a long time, this game, except with like the necessary hero levels, but he was far away from there. And then it looks as it did. Focus was able to take a map when he was facing match points. The pressure is increasing. LawLiet needs 4 maps in a row versus Happy. Concealed Hill is next.
And Concealed Hill, what we certainly know for sure is that the Warden won't be a factor here. Question is LawLiet gonna go back to the Demon Hunter 1 base standard? Or is he gonna try with a Keeper expansion maybe? I would love to see his Demon Hunter. I think he's so strong in 1 base micro games. It's scary to go up against Happy in that kind of a game, because that is Happy's playground, his favorite way to play the game. But it seems to be the only way to beat Happy nowadays. The gimmicks don't work. The expansion advantage doesn't work. You have to come to his turf and beat him there.
All right, let's see if that's doable. We're waiting for Happy currently, not joining the game at the moment, letting that loss sink in. Maybe rewarding himself with an Oreo, refilling the orange juice, the few things that we know he likes. I mean, everybody is memeing, like, yeah, obviously LawLiet's gonna win 4 in a row. We've been here before in the Warcraft Champions final when Happy was up against Labyrinth, and all of a sudden there was this comeback. Sometimes all it takes is 1 map, and then you snowball from there. Make Happy a little unsure, but this is very, very, very tricky. Concealed is the map. Last chance for LawLiet, back against the wall. Happy on match points. Let's go. Happy upper right-hand side. LawLiet bottom left-hand side. Will Remo's wish be fulfilled? Will he get the standard?
Yeah, I don't really see him playing Keeper. I think he's had enough of Keeper in this matchup, so I would expect a Demon Hunter now into standard 1 base play. Against which, specifically on this map, by the way, Gargs can still be playable. If the Night Elf goes for the Naga and doesn't respect the Gargs enough, even 1 base Gargs can be strong. But LawLiet normally quick to adjust, quick to react, and might be going for the Panda. Then instead... Wait. I was thinking, did we not see a single Fiend yet so far? But no, we did. We did on Autumn Leaves.
Yeah.
There were Fiends.
Demon Hunter it is. For Happy, of course, there's no reason to change anything, as it is his preferred style, his preferred unit combos. Everything working out wonderfully. How can you find a crack in Happy's performance? How can you challenge him? How can you get him out of the comfort zone in this matchup? Seems like from start to finish, everything he does is more or less perfect. Creep pull. Oh, okay, not just yet, but then creep route. The mix of aggression and creeping, and also in some situations the defense. He's just always where he has to be.
Sees the Demon Hunter here as well. Ring of Protection, honestly not bad for the demon. Immolation creeping is okay on this map, but it's not super amazing. So LawLiet might just skip it.
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense. There's no huge Murloc camp on this map or anything. Oftentimes just 3 to 4 targets and their immolation is really underwhelming. Still trying to go for the shop. Circlet, as so often. It is the new fashion for almost all heroes to deck themselves out. And LawLiet's trying to take the turtles away. Oh. Just harass, okay. Burn mana quickly, but Happy is on Unholy Aura. Like, mana burn doesn't even do too much.
And the Demoner here certainly wants to be careful not to get surrounded. Even with Immolation, surrounding is still an option. Especially if there's no archers close by.
Player's forces are under attack.
It is Immolation. Alright, big last hit. Goes the DK. Item stolen though. And the Demoner exposed himself into a surround back here, trying to at least get some ghouls in it.
Oh, he has to. Well, it works fine. That's a lot of damage, but now there's also Coil because of that level up, and Happy is microing the ghouls away just flawlessly. One kill couldn't be prevented. That is level 2. So TP traded for a lot of damage, of course. But there's Blight. There's a dagger. He'll heal up.
Yeah. The one ghoul that went down was denied, by the way, with the ritual dagger.
Of course. Like, why, do we even have to mention this?
Yeah, it was nice saves by Happy, but now he can't creep with many of the ghouls, which are too hurt. So this was a nice play by LawLiet. Hopefully, losing the TP won't be too painful for him.
He's going in again. Feels like he caught the rabies somewhere on TM. Just rushing across, play Immolation over and over and over.
Speaking of second Ancient of War in the top left.
Yep. He feels like this feels like LawLiet is triggered, like to the max. Let's get this over with.
What's that for?
Well, he builds hunts now. AP push, second Engine of War, Hunt Assault.
No way.
Yes way.
Archers seeing the DK creeping. Big lasted again.
Coil secures it. Little bit of damage done to ghouls, but Happy has the dust when he needs it. And the Wisp just a tiny bit too late for the detonate. It is time for the Hunter Soul to grow. There's another ghoul kill in the north. But it's nighttime, and he can heal at the fountain if he wants to.
Demoner far away from level 3, by the way. This would be a great game for a Naga second on Happy.
Thank you, Burrow Rush, for the 27-month resub. Okay, Demon Hunter has the staff. Can get out of surrounds if he wants to. And mana for Happy is kind of scary. Ho 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 ho! 30 euro donation by Lada Liang. Good morning, gentlemen. Finally a dual cast I can watch. As always, the casting prowess is unmatched. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to that drink, Neo. Hope Remo is available as well. Cheers, Nelson.
Thank you, Nelson. That's very kind of you. I am almost always down for a drink. I don't know where that's gonna be, so that might be difficult.
Demon Hunter being slowed down. Wait. Okay, now I'm seriously confused because what's happening?
Players' forces are under attack.
The Ancient of War came up. And he's not pushing, he's going tier 3. Switch of plans?
It's trying to use it to creep. Creep this camp with Immolation. That's pretty cool.
Oh! Okay. That worth it though?
It's kind of expensive, but yeah, he needs the experience, that's for sure.
Players' forces are under attack.
And it takes away experience from the Lich later. And it's definitely something you do not expect if you're Happy. So it's kind of what we asked for. Unconventional moves on the map. And Happy sees it now. Like, God damn it, what?
Sneaky, sneaky. I like the inventory for the Demon Hunter as well. Lots of bonus HP, tankiness on him. Very valuable.
Proudless93, thank you for the 4-month resub. Best Warcraft 3 stream. Thank you. To be honest, there's not much competition. Which is good for us, for sure.
A player's forces are under attack.
True.
True. Demon Hunter is gonna be level 3. Naga to counter this is Happy is going no second base, but rather Fiends. Wind of Mana stealing, pretty good, so you can burn mana and get mana back at the same time. Happy with the red spot. Katka's Pipe, right? Oh, Helm of Valor. Doesn't do anything for him.
A player's forces are under attack.
Almost the worst item. But hey, alright. Not in a bad spot. Level 3 Demon, picking up the orb here. The tech timing very even, which is kind of unusual.
Okay, Happy's charging up though. His tier 3 is around the corner and we're waiting for the Frenzy Destroyer push. And then the question is, are you ready? Michael Buffer is raising that one. No talents, no crows, just straight up Dryad Bears. And there we go. Frenzy upgrade halfway done. Lich coming in as well.
A player's forces
Orb's gonna
are
be
under
there
attack.
soon. Second red spot for Happy, uncontested. Good creeping craft. The Demon Hunter calculated damage. But yeah, it's only 42 food, man. I worry. I worry.
Getting the fast level 3 Naga though is very nice for these little fights we're gonna have. And by little I mean, you know, more than 50 supply, which is where the first engagement should take place, more or less. Lich is out, bringing the orb. Happy's not at full power yet. He doesn't have level 4 DK, doesn't have level 3 Naga, and doesn't have level 2 Lich. All of those levels will be big upgrades.
Where to get it though? That's the question. Happy is scouting if there's a cheeky expansion in the upper left. That would have been a LawLiet play, 100%. But no, that probably happened before. And so there was a counter ready. Demon Hunter, not level 4 either, and no evasion.
Makes him certainly a bit more squishy, getting a few burns in, but only on the worst target. The Naga, definitely the worst of the 3 heroes to burn there. But a good amount of bears. That was a good burn as well. LawLiet doing good work before the first fight really breaks out.
True that. Happy standing still for a little bit. Burns are coming in over and over. Supply lead for once with the Night Elf. Dispel there as well against skeletons at the moment. Later on against Frost Armor very likely. And we continue to burn. Demon Hunter out of mana now.
Yeah, wonderful burns. On the Naga, on the Lich. One I think also on the DK. Healing up now. Get a Clarity Potion, baby. Hell yeah. Good play so far by LawLiet.
More ghouls coming from the base. Happy's getting ready for a fight as he retakes the creep spot that he lost on his side. There we go. That's the big claw. Of course it is. Fork Lightning, nice. Heal scroll against it immediately. But now there's no mana left for Happy except maybe one coil soon.
Both the stores up in the air, no statues on the ground anymore, but the DK gets level 4. That's a big level up. He's got more coils to use as well. Also, the one of mana stealing. Naga going deep for LawLiet. What's she doing here? No TP to protect her. Oh, LawLiet with the missed position on the second hero. Happy sees the weakness instantly and found the punish. Now it's all up to the Demon Hunter and a couple of bears.
Okay. Happy's not losing much. Invo potion, 7 seconds, but he's still slowed for a bit. Can the Naga reach? Maybe. Yep, but I think he's still safe as there is no coil, no Nova. So LawLiet is alive, but barely.
Oh, that was a shame for LawLiet. The Naga there definitely too far forward. Maybe he thought with the parry that she had, she was safe, but no. Without a TP, without invuln, she was not. Happy gonna take the rest of the experience, and now the hero is starting to look quite dangerous.
One minute on the clock for the Naga to be back. At least top agility feels good. But does anything feel good at this point? Happy's checking for that sneaky expansion once again, just to make sure. Love these plays. Lich is getting close to 3 now.
Yeah, I think there's still a green camp over at the other side, right? That should be enough for 3. And with that, Happy is officially mega strong on his heroes. Painful day for LawLiet. Honestly, he didn't even play bad. Oftentimes, he played well, but some days Happy just doesn't allow an opening.
Yeah, you need to play perfect and out of your mind to stand a chance in these situations. Now Happy steals the Invo Potion and has a heal scroll again against the initial Fork Lightning as the Naga is back now. Little mana for her, of course. Maybe in the shadow of the Moonwells, something is possible. He needs a miracle though.
Again, trying to burn as much as he can. Oh, nice coil dodge with the staff. Got off a burn as well. LawLiet, again, looking good in the micro department. Must protect his Naga this time, though.
Staff again against the incoming Fiend shots. The 10 supply lead. Usually Happy never gives this away. Talents are coming, but only very, very, very slowly.
That was stolen earlier is such a big deal. This team is going to have to play careful at all times. The staff has to be reserved for him. And so far it is. The Bear's having a tough time connecting with a Nova. There is a kill. Frost Armor also applied. I'm not even sure if there's Abolish Magic. And LawLiet always on the way back, always on the retreat. Seems like he's just taking much more damage than he's able to deal.
Yeah, Happy makes it look so easy. This siege continues. The Moonwells will fall at some point. LawLiet is just desperately waiting and hoping that he gets some crows out, as there is no web. They could deal damage to destroyers, but I wonder if he stays alive up until that point. I don't think so. Demon Hunter under fire next to the shop. Good positioning, but he's just staying alive. And he's not raising his chances of winning that game.
Has to go for a hero kill. If he gets the DK, there is a chance, but with Frost Armor, that's so hard. It's the Demon Hunter instead. Who's in trouble? In real trouble. Heal Potion on cooldown. Staff one more time. A bit more from the Moon Juice. That's going to be daytime in a moment. No Moon Juice anymore, and Happy's right in his face. I'm closing the door.
If you hear Remo say, if he kills the DK, there might be a chance, you know how far ahead Happy is. And I don't think there's a chance to kill this DK. Good positioning, always protected, super hard to reach for the strong melee units. No talents coming. There is an expansion now, bottom right, but can he buy the time for that? I don't think so. Hail Marys over and over and over again. Staff is ready, used, kills a Fiend at last, but the supply lead is huge.
Demon still doing good damage, looking for the hero kill now. Might be able to get the Naga, but no, there's an invuln, and now he is dead himself. Executes himself in honor with his blade. Without the first hero now, LawLiet is truly without chances left. 2 drives in the Naga is all he has, and he's going to be giving up this grand final.
Investments didn't pay off. Neither the Ancient of Wind, nor the Talon Adapt, nor the expansion bottom right. And that is a double kill. GG. Happy wins TeD Cup 14 with 4-0 in the grand final. Tremendous performance once again.
Yeah, very well played by Happy, deservingly. TeD Cup 13, he in quotes only got the 3rd place. They're also beating a Night Elf. Happy probably very satisfied to not have to face an Orc today in the grand final, especially if the Orc is called Lin. But not only did he defeat LawLiet, he also defeated Focus, and just a stellar performance. Happy, wait, I think he only dropped 2 maps, right? Only 2 maps on his way to first place here.
Well, We all know the real champions are not dropping any maps at all. Shout out to X-Lord, the world's best player in 2023. So happy, not as good as X-Lord is, obviously, but still a very decent Warcraft 3 player. I feel like LawLiet, I mean, game 1 is kind of hard to judge because it was a regame, etc. And then the Warden was revealed already. But LawLiet didn't really play into his strength. That is with talents. Talents seem to be the unit to have in this matchup. And we rarely saw that. I can see that he's going with the Warden. Still have faith in her. But I wonder if you should still have faith in her at this point.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I also feel like he didn't have the best maps really to go with. You know, like I think maps like Amazonia would be great for him. Just one base Demon Hunter, get level 3, control the map. Other small maps, like maybe even Northern Isles could be coming into it. But yeah, happy, able to play around his gargoyles, able to play around his power spikes, and yeah, so the Night Elves still have to do some homework to get on the level of Happy in specifically this matchup. Against players like 1-0, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
But Happy against Night Elf, he's just a beast.
Well, as is tradition, ladies and gentlemen, there is a show match here now. Best of 1, the winner of TeD Cup versus TeD himself in all the randoms. Random race, random heroes, random mercs, everything's random. And TeD has done some tremendous performances here before, for example, beating 1-0. And maybe the one who defeats Happy here today is TeD himself.